Hello there, my name is Mauricio Garcia, and today I will explain about the process of globalization around the world. Here's my bibliography around which I made around the whole work. So, globalization. Globalization is a process in which all the countries start to be more interdependent between each other. Like Mexico starts trading with US, and US starts trading with China, and China with Mexico, and so on. That all the world it's like trading with each other. So if that makes a whole lot stable trading and political scenario. It's also important to note that this is a modern phenomenon that consists of the entire world. There are few countries that are not into this phenomena of globalization. Globalization also brings trade. Trade can be defined when two parties exchange goods or services in an agreed price and time. This consists of two things: buying and selling. Also, the globalization is caused by the digital revolution. The digital revolution, also called the Third Industrial Revolution, it's an advancement which humanity started to use more digital gadgets or technologies instead of the analog ones. It started around the 80s, and it's the beginning of the new era called the information era. So, also, there's nothing good without something bad. So, globalization brings a problem that is terrorism. Terrorism, it's a systematic use of terror to promote the goals of radical groups such as ISIS, such as some governments, radical groups. Terrorism is a highly sensitive topic for people in general because it's nowadays very common. Now, the influence of globalization around the world, the globalization isn't bad for itself. Yeah, because it starts from a very fair idea of trading equality for all nations, but that's just in what we call in theory, because in practice it's the whole messed up thing. One big example that I already put here is Africa. Africa has lots of gold, resources, manpower, everything to become a world superpower of the continents by itself. But what's happening? Mostly all African countries are poor poor beyond belief. Nigeria, Uganda, lots of bad stuff happening in the world's richest continent. So globalization is fair in theory, but in reality it's the whole opposite. So globalization also brings a new kind of organizations. One of those organizations is the World Trading Organization. That is an organization that, by its name, regulates trade worldwide, and they have 10 main purposes stated in their own website. I just list a few ones. I just say one few ones. Number 1 is cut living costs and rise living standards. Number 2 is settle disputes and reduce trade tensions and stimulate economic growth, cut the cost of doing business, encourage good governance, help countries develop, and give the weak a stronger voice. They also support the environment and health and contribute to peace and being effective without hitting headlines. this is a very important thing because like this is like we have many other organizations, just like the the Monetary International Fund, FMI, and the World Bank, the WWB, and that helps getting all this globalized scenario stable enough to grow. So the advantages and disadvantages of the digital revolution in today's life. The main advantages are that communicating and coordinating with partners around the world or governments around the world, it's a lot more easier and fast. But a big problem is that it's also helping radical groups such as ISIS, such as Al Qaeda, such as many radical groups that coordinate to do terrorism. That's a great advantage and also disadvantage. For me, is the most important one in the whole revolution, digital revolution stuff. So, technology and terrorism. So as stated stated like the past slide, radical groups can coordinate very much easier. So, and the technology and terrorism are by hand because terrorism has spread and has grown because of technology. They use Twitter, they use WhatsApp, they use Messenger, they use Facebook. They use a lot of internet media and ways to communicate and to coordinate their attacks to normal people. So it's also a problem to them because of technology. The Interpol, the many groups of police can hunt them down and dismantle their organizations, and they make them, well, useless. So, this is an explanation of the theme. I will be posting this with the presentation. Thank you for your attention.